national political correspondent Michael. Last year, the Democrats struggled to find their own internal divisions on health care, and that messy fight...
Job-destroying health care. Can't call it killing anymore due to the attack on members of the government in Tucson. What am I doing? I am putting in an electric heater for backup in case the oil boiler stops working. So I've got to call it a plaster ring, whatever. The screw holes don't line up. So I'm going to line them up. Right. Oop. I got to go to Macro. Hang on. Quality, affordable health care. There. Oh, a little bit more. I'm just going to leave this heater down here with the thermostat set on very low, plugged into this panel, into the dryer receptacle for now.
Our son was diagnosed with sudden onset strabismus. It's
Strabismus.
an eye condition. Basically affects the...
Everybody should have health care. You have no choice. You can walk instead of driving your car, but you can't decide upon your health. Everybody should have health care. Include it in your taxes. No choice, no exceptions, no exclusions, no insurance policy crap. We'll get her done. All wired up. Got my screw holding the edge of the cover. I wish I could have done a better job with a washer, but there's nothing in the bins here. Little door strap repair gizmo. Cables for the guy's airplane or whatever. Not much on this work table except this Chinese junk I just bought. So let's, which breaker is it? This one? This one. All right, let's see how this heater works. Crank her up! This is just a spare heater I'm going to keep in the house in case we lose the oil heat. It's a 4,800 watt heater and it's making a racket. Pull the cover off and look underneath the sheets. Probably just touching one of the wires or something. Oh, a little piece of tape. It's coming off the motor. That's all it is. Crank her up! There we go. These little motors don't have a long lifespan. And they're made in USA or Canada. This is an old one. Made in Canada. You can drop oil on it, they last a lot longer than whoever oils their fan motors, or bathroom fans, or kitchen fans. So I've taken them apart, I shoved them with washers, they last about a week. Once they're gone, they're gone. There. Now I can put the electric panel cover back on and maybe eat some carrots. Mrs. CW is going to bring me some carrots. I also want to change the nozzle and the furnace filter on the boiler, rather. Furnace is hot air, boiler is hot water. Wouldn't mind firing this sucker up. HS Tarm. Piss on Jap Scraps. New name is the Diesel Stop. One word. Everybody keeps on asking me, and I don't know why he changed the name. Ask him. The Diesel Stop. One word. Thanks for watching. Gotta do something else here. All something to do here. 2x12 floor joists, 12 inches on center, well built, except there's no joist hangers. Everything is just end nailed, but there's so much wood here. Don't skimp on wood when you're building. Overbuild. Thanks for watching. Well, I just finished re-watching those videos that I made yesterday of that 6.2 dually. I thought I had a Banks. Had nice Banks tags on it, but no Banks. So what I've done today, I did some electrical work. I got my heater hooked up just in case the boiler stops working. You need to have some heat. You got to have it ready to go, so that's done. I just changed the oil nozzle. Macro time. Give me a sec. Here, I'll show you how much better the writing is in macro. Hold the camera steady. I'll turn it off and go back to macro. Let's try that. There, my battery's going dead too. There's macro. I put a new nozzle in. You're supposed to change it every year or two. They're just $5, $3, $4, $5. And I forgot to bring my gauge to adjust the electrodes. I don't know how to do it by eye because I don't do it often enough. Just in front, just apart, little electrodes. Can't give you a lesson how to do this. I got to put the diffuser on, put this little oil sprayer tray back in, tighten everything up, and fire the boiler up. Got my crappy Crescent wrench set that doesn't have a 15 millimeter. I think it's missing 15. Nope, it's got 16, 15. So one of them is missing the 15 millimeter. Stupid. I've got to put a Firematic right there. A Firematic is a valve with a lead thread. So if the boiler ever catches fire, the thread melts and it shuts off the oil flow. And I've got a kink in the line, and a whole bunch of stuff has to be done here. Like move this whole apparatus so I can put a new doorway entry over there for the basement apartment. Anyhow, I'm going to just put this back in and I'm going to call it a night. And I lost the instructions for my Intellicon heat manager. It might be with the box of junk that I left the guy for the Blazer. Or I'll just go online and print out a new one. I got lots of lighting. I put a whole bunch of light bulbs in. A couple of sockets were missing. Don't ask me why. I like lots of light in the basement where I tend to live a lot. All right, put this back together. Crank that 6.2 up. That was so funny. I can't believe that thing didn't blow a rod. All right, I can't stop laughing from that 6.2 yesterday. One of the guys that was at the communications shop where the truck happened to stall said, well, put the gas and diesel mixture together in this Pepsi bottle. I said, gasoline? He says, yeah, gasoline explodes. It's more volatile than diesel, freaking heating oil. So we mixed up 50-50, or I think it was 70-30, mostly diesel and some gas, and put it in a Pepsi bottle because I couldn't control the big gas can on top of the motor. It was freaking cold yesterday. It was -18. I was just pouring that crap. Actually, one of the guys that worked there, he started pouring it in. I said, you can't pour that much fuel into a motor. Freaking hydrolock and bend the rods. High compression of diesel. There's no, anyway, no forgiveness. But he said, no, pour it in. He did. I let him pour it in, not my motor. Yeah, the guy's trying to sell it. The fellow who was starting it, it's his son's truck. And the son built up this wacko 6.2 dually, four-wheel drive, 1-ton Dana 80s, Dana 60 in the front. And overdid it. It's got too much money into it, I guess. And it's a great plow truck. I don't need it. I got enough garbage. Anyhow, nice truck, but it's for sale. He's got too much money into it. You can put tons of money in, but you never get it back. Let that be a lesson. So the old man was driving it around to get some exposure and stopped at a couple of places, running some errands with it. And there it was. I just happened to drive by it. All right, put this cover back on, tighten everything up, and see if it works. I don't know if those nozzles, the electrodes rather, are adjusted properly. Like I said, I don't have the little gauge, and I forget the eyeball amount. I should bring a spare transformer over and give it a transformer test. I've got a transformer tester. This one's obviously not that new. It's got some rust on the edges. Cadmium cell, 1974. Read. Clank, 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 clank. Pour in more. Clank, 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 clank. Well, that took all of 2 seconds to close up, tighten everything up. Let's crank her up. See what happens. What a place for an on-off switch. Fuses too. Bombs away. Huh. I'm not such a doofus after all. It works. Can I adjust the flame? No. Need a flame tester, a Firematic, $500. Smoke analyzer, electronic handheld. I'm by the new cherry Why don't you go into the oven? Said the gingerbread mama or whatever. The little lady that lived in a boiler, or did she live in a shoe? I don't know how people check the flame by eye. It's burning, what do I know? There's an adjustment right there, airband setting. You can't adjust that by eye. Maybe Karabunsani EE can do it. I can't. Alright, close up. Fire up the Blazer.